You try to do some research, do some inquiries, you do some intelligence. Rwanda did not in any way create this war that is happening in Eastern Congo. For me, I'm giving you a fact. Go and investigate and prove me wrong. Rwanda never got involved in starting this fighting that.
Rwanda President Mr. Paul Kagame has come out to deny the accusation that Rwanda has been behind the conflict happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Let's watch this video. I will be back.
1. You try to do some research, do some inquiries, you do some intelligence. Rwanda did not in any way create this war that is happening in Eastern Congo. For me, I'm giving you a fact. Go and investigate and prove me wrong. Rwanda never got involved in starting this fighting that has happened in Eastern Congo. But with time, there has been an effort to actually make it our war. That we are the ones who started it. Over time, this is what has happened. Now, using what? If you see the combination of hate speech and the displacement of these people, you come to understand what actually was behind it. Maybe somebody thought they were being smart, and they thought that was the way to end the M23 problem, which was there in 2012, because there is ethnic cleansing, pushing these Tutsis to Rwanda, to belong there because that's where they belong. And Kagame is a Tutsi, he's the president of Rwanda. Let them go and join their president. This is what is behind it. One time we had a meeting and we were having an argument with the leaders. And of course there was a contradiction in some of these people's argument. I asked specifically, I said, and that's that one responsible for Congo. I said, we are not going to address anything unless you come out clearly to tell us facts about this situation. I asked him, I said, are these people in M23 Congolese or not? And he said to me, and there were other leaders in the meeting, that absolutely, these are Congolese. Then he came out to say that he has in fact even openly talked about it. I think when he was in the US or UK, I don't remember what he said, that he came out and said it. So he was confirming that these are Congolese. I said, fine. So how do they become our problem? How do they become Rwanda's problem? I also asked him, I said, do you know when these people, the group that started this fighting, do you know where they came from? In fact, before he answered, the president of the country where they came from is the one who said it. He said, no, actually they came from, this man refused to solve their problems, and they decided to cross the border and go back where they belong. So then I asked him again, I said, so how do you keep associating Rwanda with this problem? I even asked him, I said, why did you, the other day, bomb our territory? Because they had been sharing with artillery, heavy artillery across the border onto our territory in Kinigi. There are people here who know it. I said, why? What are you doing? What do you want? And he just said, no, but this, they should go back. I said, go back where? Those who came here, they were about between 500 and 600 when they ran away on 2013. There are those who crossed and came here, about between 500 and 600 fighters with their arms. What we did, we put them in a camp in, what is this, former Kibungo, Ngoma areas. That's why I put them as refugees. And we removed the arms, actually handed back the arms to government in Kinshasa. This they know, they can't even deny. They said they had wanted to solve the problem politically. They invited some of the leaders of this group, took them to Kinshasa, that they wanted to talk to them and resolve the problem. These people, the leaders of this group, went to Kinshasa. They are put in a hotel, spent 5 months without seeing anybody to talk to them until they left. Of course, they left heavy bills behind in the hotel. Nothing else. Now, but when you see, then you would see you saw in the statements of different organizations and so, blaming Rwanda for M23 conflict in Eastern Congo. I cannot tell you the reasons exactly why that would be happening. Now, but I would ask people so. You may associate us with M23. You may blame us for everything, M23. What do you say about FDLR that is in Eastern Congo for the last 30 years, more or less? I thought even the forces, the UN forces that were put in Eastern Congo or in Congo were put there to actually address this problem and maybe other problems, but this one was the main one. But you've been there for decades. It has been so costly, but the problem is still there. And then some of them tried. The government said, no, they are not there, we don't have FDLR, and then we would give them names. But these are the leaders, 1, 2, so and so and so and so and so. They are in this location. In fact, I one time told the president of DRC, no. I said, you don't know that these people are there in this place, that place, and they've been even manning roadblocks and they collect taxes. He says, So he remembered. he remembered that has been happening. So I said, so what are we talking about? You have FDLR who have taken over territories in Eastern Congo and are collecting taxes, and you are telling me they are not there? So anyway, when all this came to some point, and this war was raging, and this time it turned into where the government in Kinshasa wanted to, they mobilized the people, they thought they would now throw M23, push them into Rwanda. And this still remains, by the way, the aim. This is the goal. So I told our friends, these powerful friends of ours, I've even said it publicly, when it comes to defending this country that has suffered for so long and nobody came to the help, I don't need permission from anybody. To do what we have to do to protect ourselves. I will say it in broad daylight. I have said it to those who matter in this problem. And that's what is going to happen. You go home, sleep, don't do anything. There will be nothing crossing these borders of this small country of ours. If anybody attempts,
Okay, so that was Rwanda President Mr. Paul Kagame. It's very important. He has also come out to share his knowledge about the conflict in DRC. What I know about this case is somewhere last year I did a content about a few African leaders that don't entertain Western countries, and one of the names that popped up in this content was Mr. Paul Kagame. So I shared a few clips of him going toe-to-toe with some Western journalists and some of his speech that shows that he is really a man of his words and he's really a brave leader of Africa. And I associated his character with the way his country is now moving forward. And somebody contacted me to tell me that Mr. Paul Kagame is not what we seems he is. That's what the guy told me, that he's not what he seems he is. So he gave me 11 reasons why Mr. Paul Kagame is a Western puppet. He gave me 11 reasons why Mr. Paul Kagame is a Western puppet and also have a hands in what is happening in Congo. So I'm going to read you the reasons the man sent to me in my email. He emailed me to send these reasons to me. So his first point was that in 1990, Mr. Paul Kagame was a combat trained in the United States Fort Leavenworth Army Command and General Staff College. That's what the guy, that was his first reason. His second reason was that Mr. Paul Kagame returning to Rwanda in April 1994, Kagame used U.S. supplied surface to air missiles to shoot down and murder the then Rwandan president and Burundian president in order to ignite the Rwanda genocide so that as a minority leader, he could justify taking power by force. That is what the guy gave me as his second reason. The guy also gave me a third reason, which he stated that most Rwandans, which is 300,000 Tutsis and 600,000 Hutus murdered in the Rwanda genocide, were massacred by Kagame's RPF force to sell the story that he took up arms against a democratically elected government to stop a genocide. Now, this is his fourth reason. He said, Mr. Paul Kagame advisor is Tony Blair, the war criminal who butchered innocent people in Afghanistan and Iraq. And his fifth reason is that all Rwandan PR is done by the British PR firm called Chelgate. He said, all Rwandan PR is done by the British PR firm called Chelgate. Here is his sixth reason he gave to me to show that Mr. Paul Kagame is a Western puppet and also someone who have a hands in what is happening in Congo. He also said that Mr. Paul Kagame and Museveni, who is also a Tutsi, invaded Congo to kill Lawrence Kabila and to benefit from helping the US and the West divide Congo into 5 smaller states that will make it easier to loot Congo. Now, let's go to his seventh reason. He said, Zimbabwe is partly under sanction for sending its soldiers alongside Angola and Namibia to Congo in order to stop Kagame and Museveni from removing Kabila and dividing the richest country in Africa into 5 separate states as the US wanted. Now, let's go to the eighth reason. He said, more critically, Mr. Kagame and Museveni, who is Uganda president, attacked and still attacking Burundi and Congo because they believe Tutsis are superior race to Bantus, and thus their aim is for Tutsis to rule over Bantus people in East, Central, and Southern Africa. Now, that is his eighth reason. His ninth reason was that for Rwanda defense, Rwanda has US base and its soldiers are trained by the Americans, meaning Rwanda, US has come and set their base in Rwanda. In their military, Rwanda military is being trained by the US. Now let's go to the 10th reason he gave me. He said, Kagame's former foreign minister, Louis Mushikiwabo, is now head of the organization of France Afrique. As a reminder, France Afrique is the institution controlling French colonies in Africa. Now, let's go to his last reason he gave to me. He said, Rwandan soldiers are currently in Mozambique defending French interests from US-sponsored Islamic terrorists. This, of course, is a well-orchestrated plan to place the Rwanda army as the US eastern flank on Zimbabwe, which just discovered oil. He went ahead to tell me that Kagame is no Pan-Africanist. He is a dangerous tool of the West, and he is no different to CIA agent Mobutu Sese Seko. These are the reasons that the guy sent me in my email. And he sent me because he disagreed that Mr. Paul Kagame, who is the Rwandan president, is a Pan-Africanist and he meant well for Africa. This man is telling me that is all fallacy and lie. And Mr. Paul Kagame also has come out to tell us that if we disagree that he don't have any hands in the conflict, then we should do our own investigation or we should do our own research to prove him wrong. Now, the ball is in our court to also find out what exactly is happening in DRC, because the killing of children, the genocide which is happening there at the moment is not something to be proud of as an African. We have to look up for each other, and what is happening in DRC is a heartbreaking, and I wish African leaders or AU can stand up and make sure peace reigns in the Democratic Republic of Congo. We sat back for this to happen in Rwanda in 1994, and we don't have to sit back for it to happen in DRC. It's very important we fight for each other and we make sure Africa is always going to be peaceful for the people who are living in, and to also benefit and enjoy what God has blessed us with. Please go to my description box and click on the Telegram link and join us on Telegram as we discuss about Africa and the well-being of Africa. Also, if today is your first time, then you know what to do. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification button so that anytime I upload any great content, you will be notified. Thanks for watching.